Hey there. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the intriguing realm of psychology and relationships. Today we will explore a topic that often generates curiosity, and sometimes controversy: the reasons younger women are always attracted to older men. While some people reduce this dynamic to simple preference or stereotype, there are deeper emotional, social, and psychological influences involved. In many cases, younger women are not attracted to age itself but to the traits that often come with it: wisdom, life experience, confidence, and guidance. In this video, we will dive into 4 key reasons that help explain this dynamic when we talk about the attraction younger women always feel toward older men. One of the strongest influences is stability and security. Across cultures and throughout history, people have sought partners who offer not just affection and companionship, but also reliability and safety. For many younger women, older men are perceived as naturally embodying these qualities. This does not mean younger men are incapable of offering stability. Rather, older men are more likely to have reached a phase in life where they have already established financial, emotional, and social foundations. A woman in her early 20s, for example, may be navigating uncertainty about her career, identity, and future direction. During such transitional years, the presence of someone who has already moved through similar uncertainties can feel reassuring. An older man is often more settled in his profession, financially independent, and less burdened by the instability that can come with just starting out. Financial stability plays a role, though not necessarily in terms of wealth or extravagance. Often, it's about responsibility and self-sufficiency. An older partner may be more disciplined with money, more thoughtful about long-term planning, and less prone to impulsive decisions. This can create a sense of safety, not dependency, but confidence that the relationship won't be overshadowed by financial unpredictability. Stability extends beyond finances into behavior and mindset. Younger men may still be exploring their identity, experimenting with career paths, or shifting priorities. That uncertainty can sometimes show up in relationships as inconsistency or lack of focus. Older men, having had more time to discover who they are and what they want, often bring clarity and direction. This grounded sense of self can create emotional security for a younger partner. There is also a psychological dimension. In a fast-changing world where trends, careers, and social expectations shift rapidly, a steady presence can feel like refuge. Older men may project calmness because they have already faced life's challenges and learned that setbacks are temporary. That composure can be deeply appealing to someone still learning to manage her own anxieties. Lifestyle differences can further contribute to this attraction. Many older men have moved beyond the high-energy, chaotic patterns sometimes associated with youth: constant partying, impulsive choices, or social competition. Instead, they may value balance, thoughtful conversations, meaningful experiences, and long-term goals. For a younger woman seeking depth and consistency, this steadier rhythm can feel refreshing. Vision for the future also matters. Older men often think in long-term terms, making decisions aligned with bigger life goals rather than short-term excitement. For a younger woman considering her future, whether in career, family, or personal development, being with someone who plans ahead can feel reassuring. Some critics interpret this preference as dependency, but that oversimplifies the issue. The attraction to stability is often about partnership, not reliance. Many younger women are independent and capable of supporting themselves. However, they may still value a partner who contributes calmness and reliability rather than unpredictability. There may also be evolutionary influences at play. Historically, women gravitated toward partners who could provide protection and resources. Although modern society has transformed gender roles and increased women's independence, subconscious preferences for security and dependability may still linger. Even self-sufficient women may appreciate a partner whose steadiness complements their autonomy. In daily life, these differences can appear in subtle but meaningful ways. An older man may approach problems calmly rather than react impulsively. He may listen attentively instead of dismissing concerns. He may prioritize commitments consistently rather than being pulled in multiple directions. Over time, such behaviors reinforce perceptions of reliability. Ultimately, stability and security are not flashy traits like charm or physical attraction, but they are enduring. They create the conditions for trust, and trust is fundamental to lasting relationships. For many younger women, the promise of reliability and emotional steadiness outweighs temporary excitement. Another significant factor is emotional maturity and life experience. Emotional maturity is not guaranteed by age, but time often provides opportunities to develop it. Through experiences, successes, failures, conflicts, and lessons learned, people refine their ability to communicate, empathize, and manage emotions. When conflict arises, for instance, a younger partner may react defensively or struggle to communicate effectively. An older partner, having encountered disagreements in various areas of life, may be more inclined to remain composed, listen carefully, and seek resolution rather than victory. This measured approach can make a relationship feel safer and more sustainable. In the end, the attraction between younger women and older men is rarely about age alone. It is more often about the qualities associated with experience, stability, emotional intelligence, foresight, and self-assurance. While every relationship is unique, these factors help explain why this dynamic continues to appear across different cultures and generations. For many younger women, that contrast can feel striking. Rather than feeling ignored or pressured, she feels genuinely listened to and valued. Being understood on that level can be far more attractive than surface qualities. Emotional maturity becomes especially clear in the way older men deal with difficulties. They've already faced career disappointments, financial strain, heartbreak, and the loss of people they care about. While painful, those experiences build resilience. They learn that hardships pass and that reacting with panic only makes things worse. So when a younger woman shares her worries, he is more inclined to respond with calm reassurance instead of dismissing her feelings. He reminds her she isn't facing things alone and that challenges can be worked through. That steadiness turns the relationship into a source of peace rather than pressure. With time also comes perspective. Older men often recognize that the things younger men may fixate on, status, rivalry, appearances, carry less weight than qualities like loyalty, kindness, and inner calm. This shift in priorities shapes how they approach relationships. They tend to avoid mind games and manipulation, choosing instead to be honest about their intentions. For younger women, this directness can be refreshing. It removes the uncertainty that often makes dating draining. The connection feels clearer and more grounded, rooted in emotional maturity. Patience is another defining trait. Younger men may rush intimacy, emotional bonding, or commitment without fully considering their partner's readiness. Older men, drawing from experience, understand that trust and connection grow over time. They are more willing to let things unfold naturally and to move at a pace that feels right for her. That patience communicates respect, showing that her comfort and boundaries matter. Experience also brings insight. While no one is flawless, older men have often learned from past relationships. Mistakes have taught them the importance of communication, compromise, and thoughtful care. A younger man might still be discovering how meaningful it is to ask thoughtful questions, express affection consistently, or encourage his partner's ambitions. An older man is more likely to understand that these small, steady actions strengthen trust and intimacy. As a result, the relationship can feel more balanced and emotionally satisfying. Emotional maturity also tends to make older men less reactive. They are less prone to jealousy over minor issues, less threatened by independence, and less inclined to compete for attention. Secure in themselves, they understand that trust is the foundation of a healthy partnership. This creates space for the younger woman to pursue her goals, nurture friendships, and grow as an individual without constant friction. That freedom, supported by trust and stability, is one of the qualities many younger women find especially appealing in relationships with older men. With age often comes a greater capacity for emotional generosity. Many older men have had the time to reflect not only on what they want from a relationship but also on what they can contribute. Rather than viewing love as a contest of power or ego, they tend to approach it as a partnership. They recognize that expressing care and tenderness is not a flaw but a strength. As a result, they are often more attentive, affectionate, and appreciative, understanding how rare and valuable a healthy bond truly is. Younger women who have grown weary of inconsistent or non-committal relationships frequently find this steadiness appealing. It feels secure, like a space where their emotions are respected and reciprocated. Emotional maturity also deepens joyful moments. Older men are more inclined to savor experiences, whether it's a quiet night together, a meaningful discussion, or celebrating an achievement. They are less preoccupied with impressing others or seeking outside validation. Instead, they prioritize genuine presence over performance. This ability to stay grounded in the moment fosters an intimacy that feels both calming and invigorating. The connection is not built on constant excitement but on substance and authenticity. Naturally, maturity is not guaranteed by age alone, and not every older man embodies these qualities. Likewise, not all younger men lack them. Still, life experience often increases the likelihood that someone has developed the patience, empathy, and stability that nurture stronger relationships. Younger women who recognize this may feel more secure pursuing relationships with older partners, anticipating fewer emotional ups and downs tied to inexperience. In the end, emotional depth and life experience create a foundation where younger women feel respected, supported, and genuinely valued. These qualities allow relationships to flourish not only with passion but also with consistency and longevity. For many, that blend of excitement and stability is far more meaningful than surface-level traits. It reflects a desire for a partner capable of standing firm through both celebration and challenge, someone who loves with steadiness and intention. Another factor that often draws younger women to older men is the natural guidance that comes from experience. This dynamic is not about hierarchy or instruction but about the way lived experience naturally translates into insight. Having navigated careers, hardships, and complex relationships, older men often carry lessons that can benefit someone still shaping her direction in life. That perspective can be especially valuable during one's 20s or 30s, when decisions about work, finances, education, and identity can feel overwhelming. An older partner may offer thoughtful encouragement, urging a younger woman to pursue her ambitions, invest in personal growth, or avoid mistakes he once made. Such guidance is rooted in care, not control. It stems from a genuine desire to see her succeed without unnecessary setbacks. This mentorship can appear in subtle yet meaningful ways. When an older man speaks candidly about his failures and how he overcame them, those stories become powerful examples of resilience. Hearing about past struggles and victories can reassure a younger woman that obstacles are part of growth rather than signs of defeat. That reassurance can be transformative during times of doubt or uncertainty. Guidance also extends to balance. With time often comes awareness of burnout, health concerns, and the importance of nurturing personal relationships alongside professional goals. A driven younger woman may benefit from reminders to rest, care for herself, and prioritize meaningful connections. Rather than limiting her ambition, such support helps sustain it over time, encouraging a well-rounded and fulfilling life. On an emotional level, older men may model empathy and effective communication. They can demonstrate the value of listening without judgment and show that vulnerability is a form of strength. Observing and experiencing this emotional intelligence can influence how a younger woman navigates not only romance but also friendships, family ties, and work relationships as well. Professional insight is another dimension. Established careers often bring practical knowledge about networking, negotiation, leadership, and resilience. Sharing this knowledge can empower a younger partner, equipping her with tools to advance confidently. The dynamic is less about dependency and more about collaboration, opening doors, expanding opportunities, and fostering growth. There is also an intellectual and cultural richness that can accompany age. Exposure to diverse experiences, through travel, reading, or varied life encounters, may broaden perspectives. Sharing these viewpoints can introduce new interests, ideas, and passions, enriching both partners' lives. Through this exchange, a younger woman may expand her horizons in ways she might not have otherwise. Perhaps most impactful is the encouragement older men often provide. They may recognize strengths and potential that a younger woman has yet to fully see in herself. By affirming her abilities and supporting her aspirations, they help build confidence. Having a partner who not only cares deeply but also actively believes in and nurtures one's potential can be profoundly empowering.